Lord, aka Awesome. Welcome back to my channel. This is a unique kind of thing. Yes, I'm in a playground. I'm doing DoorDash, waiting for something to happen on DoorDash. But this video is about Mickey 17. Now, Mickey 17 is an interesting movie. I just finally am talking about it now. Saw it with some friends of mine, two good friends of mine. One's like a sister to me, one's a brother, and another person from the church. This movie is just a unique, different type of movie. You have Mark Ruffalo playing none other than aka the Hulk. No, he doesn't play the Hulk in this, but he does play the Hulk in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But he plays a leader of some sort, and he acts like Donald Trump. But Mickey himself is an expendable. So expendable in this world means you get reprinted back up, and they use you as a lab rat in a form of fashion to see how things work. Like a illegal pathogen in the air, they'll send him out there, and then they'll reprint a new one. But what comes different and unique in this film is that Earth is not good. It's bad to live on, or it's a planet that no one wants to be on right at the moment. They want to go to they want to go in space and explore other things. Sort of like every other sci-fi movie, like Alien Romulus, where they wanted to go and explore other places and all that stuff. I will come back to this. Same, just like Alien Romulus, Can of Worms. I'm trying to think of other sci-fi movies. That's a Disney one. So is Alien Romulus. Now, Alien, Predator, all these different movies, all these different other sci-fi movies you can think of that come into your head and come into your mind. Even aliens or people, they want to explore other things besides Earth, but also Earth as never mentioned, because Earth is they're always in the spaceship in this time. That time when Earth has been right? They're always in the spaceship. Why? Because Earth is now polluted and desert and old, and nobody wants to be here. Except unless if you're Mad Max. If you're Mad Max, you want to be in the desert and fight for what's right, and then the bad guy wants to fight for Valhalla, and you know how that goes. So our world is written and bad. He goes up to spaceship. They print him out every single time they want to use him as a lab rat. Falls in love with this woman, and then one day he's been deserted because he did something wrong, and on the same planet they've been discovering on with these creepers, they call them, these creatures, and then he has to bring one back before he can go back inside. And then, they saved him. He goes back in. They printed out a Mickey 18. Now, this movie's called Mickey 17, but there's an 18, and there's two Mickeys, and it's played by no other than Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson does a really good job. AKA Batman. You know, Batman. And the dynamic of 18 is, like, let's go out and hunt, let's go out and kill and do all this stuff, and not being a pansy person, being more of a tough guy. And then you have Mickey 17 that's very sensitive and very, attached with his feelings, attached to, being a all around good guy. And yeah, and then you have his wife, like, being with 18, and then, still in love with 17 because they're both the same person. And it gets weird when he meets 18 because the movie gets a little bit different. Now, the movie's a little bit long. It could shave some things off, but it works in its entirety. Now, my friends are like, oh, it should be a little bit shorter. Even my movie bro said it should have been a little shorter. For me, the film for me in 2 hours and 17 minutes, it works because the story tells off that way. From like, okay, him getting rescued from the creepers, and then the creepers kind of ganging up on the human beings because they stole one of their, because they they stole one of the babies from, well, one of the babies were in that rock. One of the babies were in one of the rocks. They steal that baby, and then like, oh, it's kind of like Jurassic Park. I'm not trying like Jurassic World. In that one scene where they were treating the T-Rex's leg, the two T-Rex's parents came and bothered them. So it's like that, and it made it work for the story, and that's how like you get. I don't want to reveal too much, but Mickey 18 is 5. It's only Mickey 17 at this point. They had so many different Mickeys. The different Mickeys were distant test subjects. He was started out as Mickey 1, then it went from 17 of them. But then also your brain and stuff gets reprinted into a machine, and your memories and all stuff. And they actually have a brick. It's called a brick, but it actually looks like a brick. Ironic and comedic, and you have all that stuff. So when they print out a new one, they put all your memories back in there. So if you have a memory of your first time riding a bike, your first movie you watched, the first television show you watched, the first job you had, the first boyfriend you had, first girlfriend, first kiss, first everything's and in-betweens, right? It will all be loaded into your brain. It'll be all loaded into that brick and loaded back into your brain. And then you also have these memories like we normally have, and until you, of course, die again, because they'll print you back out. That's how the process of this movie works. But the thing about movies these days, and I'll say in this movie, even from a 2-hour to 17-minute movie to even a 1 hour to 21-minute movie, people are going to complain how long the movie is anyways. Now, if it's a really, really good story, this one is a really good story, am I going to complain that it needs to be shaved off a little bit? No. That's the thing. People these days in this world only have a 60-minute viewpoint on videos because we're so used to watching Instagram Reels, YouTube Reels. No offense, YouTube, but YouTube Reels, Instagram Reels, TikTok. They used to have an app called Stardust where you can make a 60-minute review of this exact movie and other movies if it was still around, and it didn't last that long. But the thing is, nobody wants to talk about even on reviews, extend a little bit longer. Only a few people on this platform, which is 3C Films, John Flinginger, Chris Stuckman, all these different people, and all those different people, and some other ones are reviewers or do movies, like to do extended reviews, like I do. That's why I learned from them. I learned from mainly John Flinginger and Chris Stuckman because they're the first two people I came across of actually talking about movies that are passionate about, movies that they want to be passionate about, and the movies that they think are great, and how long they are, or how short they are, or if it's a regular good runtime. These day and age, people don't have time to sit around and watch a 2-hour long movie or a 3-hour long movie. Most people do. Now, my other movie, bro, doesn't really care how long the movie is, but this movie could have been from them could have been cut a little bit shorter. Why doesn't it need to be cut shorter if some plot points work? That's just my point of view, and that's not everyone's point of view. The reason why I say that, because the movie worked in its own form of fashion to be the longest, not the longest movie, because 2 hours and 17 minutes is not that long. I mean, you're sitting there for 2 hours, but then the trailers make it more like 3 hours. So if you skip the trailers, like John Campea will be saying, if you shave off the commercials beforehand and you want to give us that little time block of 3 or 4 trailers, and then you take away the AMC advertisements in between, you're in Dolby, or here's Coca-Cola, you take those out, and then you take the pre-commercial, you take the movie stuff out, and you only have the trailers, then it would be actually starting at the time it starts, and also it'll be less longer of a movie than 2 hours, and it's still 2 hours, but you're going to get out at a certain time. Now, some people don't want to be, we invite people to movies also. If a movie starts at 9:45, you don't want to be out that late. It makes sense. Sometimes you'll get out of a movie at 1 o'clock in the morning. They can do the math in their head. But to me, it doesn't matter what time I get out of the movie, as long as the movie is enjoyable and all that stuff. Because the long time frame does not matter at all. It's an experience, and it's an event and all stuff. I don't mean to go on the assignment, but Mickey 17 is a perfect movie for this. 2 hours and 17 minutes. You get what you get. You see the story that they give you. It also narrates the whole movie. You get what you get, and you get your appetizer, you get your dinner, and you get dessert, and it's a very delicious film. You get the appetizer, you get the dinner, you get the dessert. You might even get a after dessert because hey, it's 2 hours. So So if you like this video, put a like, comment, subscribe with the notification bell, and deuces.